U.S. travelers who are adding the U.K. and the EU to their itineraries will need to add one more item to their checklist, and that's authorization. Starting this Wednesday, the U.K. will expand its electronic travel authorization program. U.S., Canadian, and many non-European travelers will need this to visit the country. It costs £10 or about $12.50, and it's required for everyone, including infants and children. Meanwhile, the EU's electronic travel information and authorization system, which is set to go into effect this spring, will cost Americans between the ages of 18 and 70 years old about $7 apiece. Well, joining me now with more is Antoinette Leon. It's easy.com passport and visa services. Antoinette, it's great to have you on the show today. And what services is It's easy.com offering it to travelers who will be impacted by this change?
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. So what we are offering is basically the authorization for the ETA visa. Actually, it's an authorization for travelers for U.S. and Canadian passport holders and non-European passport holders as well. And basically what it is, it's a travel authorization. They do a background check on all of the travelers so that they can go into the UK. And it's good for 6 months stay for up to 2 years.
What's behind this change?
Basically, it's because of the national security. They basically want to know everyone that is entering the country in and out. So it's just basically security for all of the travelers and national security. Really what it's for.
And based on your data, how many travelers on average will this impact?
Millions. It's basically all U.S. passport holders, all non-European passport holders. So it's millions and millions of travelers.
Of course, getting the verification that's needed means submitting the right materials. Antoinette, what are your tips to our viewers to make sure that they have everything properly submitted so that they can get a timely verification?
The best thing to always do is be honest on the application, but also it's better, even though it's an electronic authorization and it could be done online, it's always best to go to a specialized agent. And I'm only saying this because of experience. A lot of the times, a lot of people think that an electronic visa or an online application is very simple, but little do they know a simple, error such as a letter, a number, a digit, or anything like that can simply flag the application, and they can delay and even miss their trip if anything goes wrong. So the best thing to do is you go to the experts. We, as It's easy.com, we thoroughly check every single application to make sure that it's handled perfectly with no delay, stress-free. The client does not have to do anything except for just pack up their bags and have a nice trip.
And how can our viewers, Antoinette, take advantage of your services at It's easy.com, including preparing for the cost to make sure that they do have an ease of travel?
The best thing to do is, just make sure that they have their passport is valid for at least up to 6 months. Because that's the most important thing. And if it's not, we do also renew passports as well at itseasy.com. But the most important thing is to make sure that the passport is valid for up to 6 months.
Antoinette Leon, It's easy.com passport and visa services. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.